been said that moving home is the most stressful time in a person's life. Try losing your home without any clear idea about where you're going to move to next. Homelessness is a complex area of law, but knowing what you're entitled to can help you access support when you need it most. Sadly, councils often fail to provide the advice and assistance that they should do. So holding the council to account, whether you have free legal advice and assistance or not, is extremely important. You're not entitled to a council house. You are entitled to free legal advice. It's important to understand that applying to the council for housing does not mean you'll be provided with social housing. The council can provide you with an offer of accommodation in the private sector. You may think you can arrange this without asking the council for help. And if that is the case, and a private property is suitable for you, there is little point in making a homeless application. The council has to first decide if you are eligible for assistance. And that depends on various facts, including your immigration status, how long you've been in the UK, and whether you are working. If you are eligible for assistance, the rules on when the council must provide housing are complicated, but generally, if you have children who are part of your household or you're pregnant, the council will have a duty to provide you with suitable housing if you become homeless. The council will also have a duty to house applicants without children if they're in priority need of housing. You may be in priority need of accommodation as a result of old age, illness, having been in care provided by social services, having left accommodation due to domestic violence, having been in prison or in military service. The council will need to be satisfied that you are vulnerable. So, for example, if you have a medical condition and are homeless, and the council has to consider if you are more vulnerable than an ordinary person when homeless as a result of that condition. If you suffer from depression, how will it get worse when you're street homeless? Anyone street homeless is likely to suffer with depression. What injury will you suffer? If the council accepts you're homeless and in priority need of accommodation, they would not have a duty to house you if they found that you had made yourself intentionally homeless. It's a strange concept. Why would anyone take deliberate action resulting in their homelessness? The most common circumstances will be where homeless applicants left accommodation due to rent arrears and the council find that they have failed to pay their rent. If, however, the accommodation was not affordable, then you should not be found to be intentionally homeless, as it was not reasonable to occupy. You are entitled to a decision on your homeless application, and the guidance the council should follow says a decision ought to be made within 33 working days. It can be necessary to make a complaint or even threaten court action to force a council to make a decision in writing. You have 21 days to request a review if you receive a negative decision, if the council find that you are not entitled to housing. Whilst the council is considering their decision on your case, there is a duty to provide temporary accommodation. It's quite a low bar. The council has to have reason to believe that you are eligible for assistance, homeless, and in priority need of housing. There is no need for a formal decision at this stage, just reason to believe you're homeless and in priority need. The council should give you the benefit of the doubt if there are no reasons to dispute the information you're providing them with. It has to be suitable for you and your household. Many councils will warn homeless applicants that housing will be outside of the borough, the area, the town, the city where they live, to put them off from making an application in the first place. If accommodation provided is considered unsuitable, you're entitled to challenge the offer, and if you're successful in the challenge, you will be provided with alternative accommodation. The council must take into account all of your individual circumstances, such as where you work, where your children go to school, any special needs you have, which means that you should stay in the area where you currently live. The reality is that you won't get to choose your accommodation, but it should meet your housing needs, not your preferences. As a general rule, the shorter the period of time you're expected to stay in the temporary accommodation, the more likely it will be that you'll have to make some compromises. If you're unsure as to whether the council have given you what you're entitled to, you should always seek independent legal advice. The sooner you seek help, the more likely it is that you'll be able to receive it in time. Free legal advice is available to people on low incomes and state benefits. To check if you qualify, you can go online. Put Legal Aid Calculator into Google as a search engine and it comes up with a relevant government website. You can also find a list of solicitors who specialise in homelessness advice from the Law Society online or the Legal Aid Agency online, who can give you details of those in your area who act for clients on legal aid. Don't wait. If you are homeless and not getting the help you need, act now and get that help.